Hey, welcome back. I'm Greg. So, are you thinking about signing up for DoorDash and making some extra cash, but not sure what you're actually getting into? I was the same way. So, looks easy from the outside in, but let's go through what actually happens. So, it's really pretty simple. You know, open up the app, accept an order, drive to the restaurant, pick up the order, drive to the customer, drop off the food. Pretty simple. But that's what makes it interesting is that you're not an employee. Okay, you're a 1099, so you're basically an independent contractor. Okay, that means you choose when you work, where you work, and which orders you accept. You do not have to accept every order. I remember getting some, and if I got a picture of it, I'll put it up here. And it was um, a very, small order, but it only paid like 250, and you don't have to take it. You will have a acceptance rate on your um, whatever your chart, I guess you can call it, that shows your acceptance rate, your completion rate, things like that. But the acceptance rate, you don't have to take every one. So, um, and the last part of you don't have to take every order, that's where you make money, because I try not to take an order, um, and I only do it part time. I have a full time job, but I it has to be at least $1 a mile for me to take it. Very rarely will I take one that's not. Okay, let's be real. You're not an hourly employee of DoorDash. Okay, it's some days you'll do great, some days you're not going to do great. You're not going to do very well at all. Like I said, I'll do it 3 to 4 hours a night. And if it just looks like it's a slow night, I don't waste my time. I come back home because I'm going to spend more in fuel. Okay. You're paid per order, not by the hour. And that pay is made up of three things. Okay. You get your base pay from DoorDash, you get your tips from the customer, and you may get an incentive. If they're really busy, maybe they'll give you an extra dollar per um, per order. I've seen it up to $5 an order. So you have to figure out, um, the tips are what makes it really worthwhile. Okay, but you'll quickly learn the difference between being busy and being profitable. So if I go to the town just south of me, and it's a very big city, very busy city, a lot of restaurants. But you take an order and you sit in traffic for so long that you'll do more orders up north where I'm at. I'll do more orders up here because I don't have to sit in traffic. I can run, drop this one off, come back. Come back to the next restaurant, pick up, drop off, and do that all night. Where I may do 6 orders in a night, where if I go down south for the same amount of time, I might do three. So, you know, but and you might get 10 orders in an hour, and there might only be three that's worth taking. Got to remember that. Got to remember the difference between being busy and being profitable. So here's the hidden cost that nobody really talks about. Okay, they don't tell you when you're signing up for DoorDash. Okay, I use it's a free app called Stride. Okay, and I track my mileage. So as soon as I leave the house, I click it, and as soon as I pull back into the driveway, I click it again to shut it off. And it tracks wherever you go, and it calculates 70 cents a mile that you get to deduct. Okay? So use that deduction. And you can also put in, there's a section in there that you can put in your income, what DoorDash pays you and what tips are. And that helps justify what your taxes are going to be. So don't forget that you're using your own car. Okay? So that means, and these are not tax deductions, is your 70 cents a mile that you're getting to deduct pays for fuel, oil changes, brakes, tires, and just wear and tear on the car. Okay? I don't know where it went. So, the goal isn't just to stay busy, but it's to be profitable. So don't take an order less than $1 a mile. Okay? So here's the good news. Okay, you might get confused, but you'll get better fast. The first week, you're going to figure out what restaurant is fast, which ones are just slow. If you're waiting, you're not making money. Okay, and what time of day is worth working? So 5 a.m. till about 8, then about 11 to 2, and then from about 5 o'clock to around 9 is, pretty good. The biggest skill that you need to learn is to say no. Okay, no to that order. It's not. It's declining bad orders is not about losing money. It's about protecting your time. So remember that. I think that this is a very, to me, it's relaxing. Okay, so I do technical support. So I'm dealing with electrical schematics and refrigeration flows and correction factors and all that. So for me to just go to a restaurant, pick up food, and drop it off, this is piece of cake. And it gives you a lot of freedom. And there's sometimes you'll be waiting. So if I could go back and start over again, here's what I'd do differently. Don't chase every order. Okay, save the mileage on your car. Second, learn the hot spots. Okay, and you'll look on the map and it'll say, we'll say Taco Bell is a hot spot. And the only thing that hot spot really means is somebody placed one order. That makes it a hot spot. But hang around fast food restaurants. Then the third is don't ignore your peak times. Do dinner rushes, lunch rushes if you're going to do it full time. Do it more than just like a mid-afternoon, at 3 o'clock, I'm going to go out there. You're going to get maybe a cup of coffee to deliver or something like that. So that mindset, that you have to treat this like a business. This is not just a side hustle. This is a business. That will help you. So, there's times when I'm out and I smell everybody else's food and I'm like, man, I am getting hungry. And I try not to eat out. I try to come back home and eat because, if you make $50 and now you're, spending $12 to, for something to eat, well, now you're done. So when you open up the app and you hear the order, you're going to hit accept. And it's going to come up with directions. Okay, so you hit directions, it's going to take you to the restaurant. Then you get to the restaurant and you're going to you'll hit exit off of the navigation. Don't swear by the miles per hour on the navigation because it may say 55 miles an hour, and I've seen it before. It'll say 55 miles an hour, but you're in a 35 mile an hour zone, so don't pay attention to that. And their navigation takes you weird ways. You can use Apple, you can use Waze, you can use Google, you can use different apps if you like. But you're going to hit exit, and then you're going to hit arrive at store. So you hit arrive at store, you walk in, you say, I'm Greg with DoorDash. I have an order for whoever. If it's ready, then you take your picture of if you can verify the food, you'll hit verify, boop, boop, boop. If it's already sealed up, you hit can't verify, and you'll take a picture of the receipt in most cases. Okay. If they said it'll be a couple minutes, I go on the app and I scroll all the way down to the bottom where it says, what is causing your wait? And I will put in there, orders still being prepared, or, store is very busy. That helps your on-time rate. That is something that you want to pay attention to. Because you can't say, well, okay, well, I got their food. Now I'm going to go ahead and order me something. Because that's not, no, don't do that. That'll affect your on-time rate. So then you're going to pick up the food, confirm pickup, and then you will go to, it will give you directions, and it will tell you how to get to the customer's location, and look at the app that says leave at door, or sometimes you have to have a PIN. A lot of times the PIN is the last four of their phone number. Then you'll drive there, whether it says ring, and read that. Ring the doorbell, don't ring the doorbell, don't knock, leave at door, hand to customer, whatever it is. And then you'll get done with it. You'll set the food down, take a picture of it, and then hit complete order. And that's it. And then it'll say continue dashing, and you can continue. Sometimes it'll give you a thumbs up, thumb down, and that's all there is to it. Then wait for the next order. So I hope you like this video. Like I said, after a couple days, it's second nature, but you can decide for yourself if it's worth it, whether it's side money, or, maybe a full-time hustle, or just some way to try to earn some extra cash. I think it's pretty easy. So there's going to be some more series in this. I'm going to do, like, 1 week I'll accept every order and see what kind of money I make. The next week, maybe I'll pick and choose what orders I want. And then there is also like in our area, it's $10.50 an hour that you can do hourly, and you get to keep the tips. I'll try that for a week, and so it's just going to be, I'm going to do a couple different ways, and I'll show you, what I make for a week, how many hours I put in. Well, we can go through all that, but treat it like a business. But subscribe, because there's going to be a lot more videos coming up about DoorDash, because like I said, I'm doing it and I'm actually enjoying it. It's relaxing for me because it's very low stress. Okay. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you. And we did last week get over our 1 million view milestone. So thanks to all the new subscribers, and I hope to see you next time.